All right, I'm recording now. So when you're ready, guys.
All right. Get this thing going. All right, so we're gonna start off by multiplying the roots. Get 112. And then we're gonna put it into two parts, which we did 8 and 14. Yeah, 8 and 14. And then 4 and 2. 7 and 2. And put those two. You get 4 times square root of 7.
Right, because there's 1, 2 from each group,
Mhm.
and that's 2 times 2, which is 4. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's.
You got it. All right, we're gonna try a different kind of problem. For example 5. You wanna get a fortune?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring it over here. Yeah. Do you want to keep that one, or do you want to actually pick it randomly?
I'll pick one randomly.
Yeah. If you get it a second time, though, that's fake. Guy with a calculator?
Yep.
Okay, Jasmine has an extra 4 batteries.
Okay.
Good luck.
Me, my email. That one.
All right, your fortunes. What'd you get?
The wish.
The wish. Which one?
Number 30.
30 says, a wish is fulfilled. Most of the time this is good, but your wish could have unforeseen consequences.
Okay.
So, your strongest desire will come true, but it doesn't mean it'll make you happy.
Peculiar. Okay.
You keep it.
19.
What is it?
The flame.
The flame. This card means that the previous card was less meaningful, so it means that yours is not as good, and it also means slight disappointment for you.
Shoot. Should I steal pencils now, or is it
Go ahead.
already small there? Okay. I also can steal some for like other people.
Sure. Do you want a whole pack?
Sure. Thank you.
You're welcome. You got a calculator?
Yep.
Good luck. You're gonna be awesome. All right, here we go. Example 5. For this one, we're going to do the square root of 24 over 27. Yes. So I want you to imagine it like this. What is a power that's equal to a square root? Well, half power. Remember that was the last rule on our sheet. We said 1/2 power is the same thing as a square root. Okay. So imagine right now that instead it looks like this. Everybody look up. 24 over 27 to the 1/2 power. Because that's kind of what it is, right? What would you do if you had a power on the outside like that? Distribute. So this is equal to like 24 to the 1/2 power and 27 to the 1/2 power. You're thinking of solving an equation. But we're simplifying. So this is equal to the square root of 24 over the square root of 27. So the square root basically can go on the top and the bottom. And then the square root of 24, how do we break down, well actually, maybe we should break it down first by itself. Maybe that'd be easier. I'm going to do that first. Well, how can we reduce 24 out of 27?
6 and forward.
What did you take out?
Wait, what?
How can we take out, what can we reduce 24 out of 27? Take a 3 out of both? So that would be what, 8/9? Okay, so let's do that instead. We're going to say this is the square root of 8 over the square root of 9. That's a little easier. Okay, if I break 8 down, what does 8 break down to? 4 and 2. And 4 breaks down to 2 and 2. So that would be 2 square roots of 2 over, what's the square root of 9? 3 and 3, which is a pair of 3's, which is just 3. So the answer to this is 2 times the square root of 2 over 3. What's the confusing part? How you go from like the factor tree to this? So I've got 3 things that I broke it down into, and I'm taking a pair of 2s. So this pair is that number on the outside, and then the leftovers is the stuff on the inside. Just like because 9 breaks down to 3 and 3, and that's a pair of 3s, so it's just a 3 on the outside, and there's nothing left in the square root, so I'm not even going to write a square root anymore. Now, by the way, if this was a 2 on top on the outside and this was a 2 on the bottom on the outside, you could cancel them out. Or if there was a square root of 2 on the top and the bottom, you could cancel those out too.
So, if it was a one bottom, it'd just be the square root of 2.
Right.
Wait,
Yes?
there's a pair, aren't you supposed to?
Like the 3s?
No, the 2s.
There was 1 pair of 2s, so there's 1 2 on the outside. Okay, so look at it like this, because if you're thinking you would multiply 2 times 2 on the outside, that way you're questioning. Okay, everybody look up. Okay, you see, what is the square root of 9, Zach? You know what the square root of 9 is. What is it? 3, and that's a pair of 3s, but there's only 1 3 written down. Just like here, there's a pair of 2s, there's only 1 2 out there. When we did this one earlier, that you did, there were 2 pairs of 2s, which is why we multiplied the 2 2s.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
All right, here we go. Number 6. Do we need a practice problem like that? I assume?
We're good.
Just say no, we're good.
We're good. Next question. Sorry. Which row?
Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's do the square root of 88 over 18. Do you want to do this yourselves, or do you want me to help? Hands up if you'd like to do this by yourselves.
I'm not.
Looks like I'm doing it. All right. So this, first of all, how can we reduce this on the inside? 2's. What's 88 divided by 2?
44.
44 over 9. Everybody okay with this so far? This is like the square root of 44 over the square root of 9. What does 44 break down to? 11 and 4, and then 4 breaks down into 2 and 2. That's a pair of 2's. So that would be 2 square roots of 11 over the square root of 9 is 3 times 3, or a pair of 3's, which just puts a 3 on the bottom. How we feeling?
Amazing.
Okay. All right, next one. The last type we're doing. 525 x to the 4th, y to the 5th, z to the 5th. Not as overwhelming as you think it is. Let's start with 525 and just do it like we normally do. What goes into 525?
5,
5 and
200 something.
105.
525 divided by 5 is 105, yep. Now, can I break either of those down any further? 105 breaks down to what?
5 and something.
5 and something.
5 and 25. Oh, no, it's 105.
So what would it be? 5 and
11?
21?
I thought it was
Because 20 times 5 is 100. 7 and 3? Okay, so how do I rewrite this now? What goes on the outside?
5.
A 5. And what goes on the inside?
7 times 3.
7 times 3, which is
73.
21. because those ones are unreducible. Okay, now we need to start thinking about the rest of this stuff. So let's talk about x's. There's 4 x's, right? And if I start circling pairs, I've got 2 pairs. Okay, so now on the outside I've got a 5, and I've also got an x times an x. Do I have any leftover x's? No. All right, so here's my y's. I've got a pair of y's there, a pair of y's there. Y times y on the outside, and on the inside, I'm going to have a y left. You guys understanding this?
Yeah.
And then how about the z's? Z's are exactly the same, right? We got 2 pairs and then 1 extra z. So I'm going to write times z, and then I've got the square root. What's under the square root again?
21.
A 21 and a y and a z. Okay, so now I'm going to simplify. 5, instead of writing x times x, what should I write? X squared, y squared, z squared, square root of 21yz. And this is